Good morning friends. Today we will discuss about the thyroid gland from B.SC. third year class, paper number 2nd, mammalian histology. The thyroid gland is butterfly shaped organ located in the base of your neck. It releases hormone that control metabolism. It is the largest endocrine gland in the body, having endodermal origin. The thyroid has two sides, the right and left. Thyroid gland is bilobed gland, right and left gland. This right and left part is connected with a main part. This is called as isthmus, and this thyroid gland is brownish red in color. The thyroid is rich with blood vessels, nerves for voice quality also pass through the thyroid. Thyroid is an extremely labile gland and varies in size and structure depending on the various factors such as sex, nutrition, temperature, age, season, and iodine content of the food. Thyroid gland with average weight of thyroid gland is 25 to 30 gram. Average weight of thyroid gland is 25 to 30 gram. The thyroid secretes several hormones collectively called as thyroid hormone, and these thyroid hormones, mainly thyroxine, is present, and this thyroxine hormone is also called as T4 tetraiodothyronine, and which increases rate of metabolism, absorption, rate of heartbeat, mental activity, and general body growth. When we observe microscopic structure of thyroid gland, and this microscopic structure shows capsule, parenchyma, and stroma part. Capsule mainly made up of connective tissue. Parenchyma, these are glandular portion, and this parenchyma mainly contains two types of cells: follicular cells. Parenchyma is glandular portion, mainly consists follicular cells, and parafollicular cells. Parafollicular cells, and stroma, it is made up of connective tissue. The structural and functional unit of thyroid gland is follicles. The structural and functional unit of thyroid gland is thyroid follicles. These are spherical in shape, and wall is made up of large number of simple cuboidal epithelium. The size of follicles varies from 20 to 900 micron. These follicle size varies from 200 to 900 micron. However, in some mammals, they are uniform in size. Follicles enclose a cavity, and this cavity is called as a follicular cavity. Here we observe in this diagram central follicular cavity present, and this cavity is usually filled with gel-like structure, and this gel-like viscous iodine-rich material. This iodine-rich material is called as colloid. Each follicle is surrounded by delicate network of fibers, fluxes of blood capillaries. Here we observe in this diagram, here blood capillaries are present, nerve fluxes also present, and connective tissue, reticular connective tissues present in between the follicles. So this gland is divided into lobes and lobules. First, these follicular epithelial cells. Here these follicle mainly consist follicular epithelial cells. These follicular epithelial cells are cuboidal, simple cuboidal epithelial cells, and these cells having two portions. These follicular cells having two portions, basal and apical portion. Basal portion rests on the basement membrane and apical ends facing towards the follicular cavity. These cells show the changes in shape depending on the state of gland. When gland is inactive, the cells exhibit squamous structure, and when it is hyperactive, shows the columnar structure. When this cell is inactive, the colloidal content is higher, and when cell is hyperactive, this colloidal content is less. The follicular cells shows central and basal rounded nucleus. Here these follicles shows central and basal nucleus. These follicular cells shows central or basal rounded nucleus. The cells shows many lysosomes, again mitochondria, Golgi complex, several lipid droplets are present, and the apical tip of cells extends microvilla. Here the apical portion of tip shows the microvillar structure. This microvillar structure facing towards the follicular cavity. Next type of cell is parafollicular cells. These parafollicular cell is also called as C cells. Parafollicular cell is also called as C cells at the basal part of epithelium in the interfollicular phase. These parafollicular cells present in the interfollicular space. There are some special cells called as parafollicular cells. They are found singly or in the small group. These cells are found in singly or in a small groups. These cells are larger than the follicular epithelial cells and having lighter staining cytoplasm. They secrete hormone, and this hormone is also called as thyrocalcitonin. Here these parafollicular cells secrete the hormone. It is called as a thyrocalcitonin, and this thyrocalcitonin hormone lowers the blood calcium level, helps in depositing calcium or phosphate in skeletal or other tissue. Next part is colloid. This colloid is a cavity of thyroid follicles, is filled with semi-fluid or gel-like substance called as a thyroid colloids, and it is the endocrine secretion of epithelial cells and composed of nucleoproteins, thyroglobulin, proteolytic enzymes. The thyroxine is the active thyroid hormone which is tetraiodothyronine. It is also called as a thyroxine, that is T4. When this gland becomes overactive, the follicles increase in size and secretes abnormal quantity of hormone. It causes swelling of the neck and person becomes highly excitable. Metabolic rate decreases and the eye protruded. This condition is called as exothalamic goiter, or it is also called as a Graves' disease. It is also called as a Graves' disease. This thyroid gland is unique endocrine gland because it stores large quantity of hormone secretion in the form of colloids. And diagnostic feature of thyroid gland: this follicle is the structural and functional unit of thyroid gland. Follicles contains follicular epithelial cells and parafollicular epithelial cells. This follicle shows follicular cavity, and this follicular cavity contains gel-like iodine contained substance. It is called as collard. Interfollicular space are filled with reticular connective tissue and adipose tissue. Blood vessels are also present in the interfollicular space. This is all about the histology of thyroid gland. Thank you.